first of all, Nairobi has around 3 million voters. If you add that up to presidential ballots, then you know that spins up the Jubilee's presidential candidate to the top seat, that is re-election in 2017. So once you get the Nairobi vote, because once you have the governor for Nairobi, it means the entire vote that voted for the governor is highly or is likely to vote for the ruling for the coalition. So it's a matter of controlling the votes. Nairobi is one of the small provinces, so to speak, with a very huge number of registered voters, as well as the economy. This is where this is the base of where other counties converge. Where if you say that it's Jubilee controlling this seat, it sends a deep political message down and across the wings of other political regions in the country. The chances for Jubilee to clinch the Nairobi gubernatorial seat is very high, depending on how CORD will package themselves, on how CORD will package their candidate, on how CORD will package their political strategies. The moment CORD messes up its candidate, the choice of their candidate, the moment CORD chooses the wrong candidate, then it will be a walk in the park for Jubilee. Being a cosmopolitan, it means that Jubilee also in this sense will have to make a very wise choice of who becomes who flies the flag and who becomes the running mate. Those two positions are very key, because being a cosmopolitan, each and every community wants to be represented in the top seat. So the moment you balance your equation of community balancing within Nairobi, then your chances of clinching, of dissecting the vote hunt for the Nairobi will be very, very easy. Let me try with this young man in the ring. That is Johnson Sakaja. He's the chairman of TNA. He's a guy who TNA is looking up to, but TNA are trying to package, because as we speak, Jubilee coalition do not want to take any chances. They do not want to feel a weak candidate. If you come to Margaret Wanjiru, she also wants to throw herself. She was a former cabinet minister. She's been in ODM and she enjoyed a very huge support. She was the second after Sonko in 2013 general election, and she garnered a substantive number of votes for Nairobi senatorial seat. So she's also someone to watch. She's a woman. If a woman vote decides to take another direction, that is another story for her. You come to Dennis Waiguru, the member for Dagoretti. He has for a long period of time in 2015 received an endorsement. Once Waititu exited, Dennis Waiguru was introduced into the ring, and the Jubilee strategy started molding him. We do not know how this will get, but he can also be a serious candidate depending on who is on that race from the Jubilee side. When we come to Sonko, Sonko is still throwing, is testing water all over. Sonko is trying to do litmus tests in all the seats in various counties. You've heard rumors he wants to vie in Machakos. He wants to vie in Nairobi. It's still not clear, because all these candidates haven't declared their interest. When you come to Waiguru, it's now another story. Waiguru is coming in as a woman who was really fought by the opposition. She really fought the opposition until she succumbed to that fight and said, now I'm quitting this thing because of a lot of political pressure on me. If Waiguru is given the Jubilee ticket, then it means she might change the dynamics of the Nairobi politics. When you come to Haron Mwau, these are businessmen. These are guys who have the financial muscles, because the Nairobi race is perceived to be the only race in Kenya where you have to wrestle with financial watches. Nairobi is where final political rallies are held 2 days to the elections. So it's a very critical seat, because that is the entire phase of what you have as a coalition. How many numbers do you have? Because the numbers you control in Nairobi reflects what you control, at least in not less than half of the counties in the country.